Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this absolutely beautiful folded ribbon wreath. Now this wreath looks a lot like a Christmas ornament that I had made a while back. It was a smaller version, it looked like a wreath, but it was a Christmas ornament. Same principle, pretty much. I'm going to have the link to that down in the description box. But anyway, someone has sent me a picture of this. It was made by someone named Amanda, and now I am making mine as well. Stay tuned and I will show you how to do it. All right, y'all, let us get started. So a while back, do y'all remember the ornament that I had posted? It was the folded fabric ornament, and it looked like a wreath, but it was an ornament. This is pretty much, the same concept, okay? But anyway, this is a flat foam wreath form. I got this from Joann's, and this right here is the size. It is from Florafoam. It is a size 16 2-inch by 15.6 inch. All right, so what we're going to do, and I did get a slight discount on this. It was on sale, and then the girl cut it down even further because this one was slightly damaged. So look out for things like that. Now, I have some of this red ribbon. This is just something, why are you sticking here? This is just something that I had laying around. You can use whatever you want for this. You could use strips of burlap. You could use strips of leftover fabric. Just know that it's going to show, okay? You can use ribbon. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this and covering the foam. Not only is that going to reinforce it, but it's going to help when we start gluing on our pieces of ribbon. It's not going to melt it, okay? So we are going to take this ribbon, and let's just find us a good place to start. And I'm going to glue this down at a slight angle. Or let that set up. Because this is a high temp glue gun. I about had to cough. This is a high temp glue gun. And I don't want to put a whole lot of that glue on here. If you have a low temp glue gun, use that. I have one. Knowing where it is, that's a different story. So, like I said, this plain ribbon here, I'm just going to wrap the entire wreath frame with it, okay? And basically, we're just covering it, like I said, to give us a nice foundation for our other pieces of ribbon. So I'm going to wrap this all the way around and come back. Okay, so our frame here is wrapped. Now listen, can you use a regular wire frame for this? Of course you can. Of course you can, but let's talk about that for a second. Do you see how nice and flat this is? If you're going to use a wire frame, just take note of how curved it is. Like when you're looking at the top and the sides come curving down. Once we start putting our ribbon on there, it might curve towards the back on either side. And I'm using this one because I know that it's going to stay nice and flat, okay? But that's what we have. So let's move this out of the way. And I have this lovely 2.5-inch ribbon. If you want nice ribbon, you need to go over to Mel's Crafty Mojo. I'm telling you, that's where you need to go. Mel's Crafty Mojo. I'm going to have a link down in the description box. I'll also pin a comment. Go check out her ribbon. She's got tons of really pretty Christmas ribbon. Anyway, and you better buy it fast because her stuff sells out quick. So this roll, I have a few rolls of different types. Each one of these rolls is 25 feet long and it's 2.5 inches wide. So to cut your ribbon, what you want to do is cut the length to be twice the width, if I'm making any sense. Okay, so this ribbon is 2.5 inches wide. You need to cut it 5 inches long, okay? Because when you fold it in half, you want it to be a perfect little square. That's what we're getting at, okay? So I'm going to lay that piece of ribbon over there. I'm going to show you how I'm cutting this. Even though this is wired ribbon, even though it is wired ribbon, I am using a cutting mat and a rotary cutter. Just set this out over here. Set up! All right. So see, you're going to measure till it is 5 inches, like so. Where did it go? I just had that too. It's been a busy day, y'all, I swear. All right, so now we're at the 5-inch mark and just cut straight and see, it cuts it just perfectly. So now let me get this out of the way and I'll show you how to fold it. Now, exactly how much ribbon is this going to use? I don't know. I don't know yet because I have not made one this large. But anyway, now what we're going to do is take your ribbon and you want to fold it so that the pretty side is on the inside, okay? So you're going to fold that over into a square, like I said, so that the pretty side is on the inside. This is your folded end here. So let's turn it this way. This is your folded side. So now you're going to open this up, push it back, see, to make a triangle. My cat's trying to come in. To make a triangle. Take the other side and fold it back to make another triangle, see? And now you have this nice little triangle, which for me in my house, we're going to use some hot glue. I'm just going to put a tiny little dot of hot glue right there and glue that down. Flip it over and do the same thing. This is what I love about nails. Oh my gosh, I use my nails as tools sometimes. I know some people don't like them, but you know what? I don't care. So now we have this nice little triangle like so. So now you are going to get your wreath form here. And we're going to start putting these on. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put a dot right there too. You just want to make this a solid triangle. See, it looks good on both sides because it's going to be sticking up past the edge, okay? So now we're going to take this and I'm going to put a line of hot glue along that long edge there. And then we're just going to stick it down right here on the edge. Okay, so now you see what that looks like. So now I'm going to make some more of those triangles and we're going to glue those down on there as well. So let me get some more made and I'll be back. All right, so now I have 3 pieces on here and you see how I have them overlapped just a tiny little bit. So what I do is when I'm gluing and cutting all my pieces, I have them sitting there and then I just set something heavy on it. That little candle there's got some weight to it. So I just set something heavy on top just to hold them in place. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take these and we're going to go all the way around this outer edge here, okay? Now also on this inner edge, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to glue it and then you're going to glue it down here, okay? So let's start there. I'm going to try to line it up with that one that I did. I'm setting at an angle here and it's kind of hard for me to see. But I'm going to try to line it up with that other one as best as I can. Just hold that down and let that glue set up. And then you're going to do the same thing that we did up here with this inner edge. Now after I get this layer on, we're going to go in and make another layer with the gray ribbon. But I'll come back and show you that. And I got to finish wrapping this because you know what? I have just a little bit of this left. And I need some more of this red ribbon. So I got some more over here somewhere. And I got to finish wrapping that. But anyway, let me get all this put on here and we'll come back and take a look. Alrighty, so I've got all of my red ribbon on. And what I'm doing is now I'm just gluing some of my gray ribbon. And yeah, once you get your rhythm going, you know, this goes pretty quickly. I know it looks like it was a big frame, but you know, it goes by pretty fast. So I'm going to stick that there. All right, so let's get this and take a look. And this is what that looks like. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start gluing on some of the gray ones. And I did not even use an entire roll of red ribbon for that. I have this left and I have like 5 pieces cut. So for this one row here, that one roll was enough. So now let's go in with the gray ones. And now what we're going to do to alternate them is you see this little V right here. You want the top point of that to fit in between there. You're just going to drop down just a little bit. Let's see, or do I want that even? Yeah, let's make that even. We're going to make this row even. So we're going to glue on this gray one here. And then you're going to do that all the way around. Now, if you don't want to glue this, can you use straight pins? Yeah, you can use straight pins because in the video I did of, why is the camera shaking? The video that I did of the wreath ornament, I used straight pins. But this is large and it's going to take a lot of pins. If you want to use pins, that's on you. I'm going to be gluing it. So let me finish gluing the gray all the way around. And then we're going to do the same here all the way around. And then we're going to drop down and make a second row. And start bringing it into the middle. So hold on. What we have so far, coming along, coming along. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do another row of red and then another row of gray. So let me actually stand up for this so I can actually see what I'm doing. Let's see. Let's get some more of these red ones. So now for this one, we are going to layer these. You see how the red ones were in the beginning right here? We're going to put that one right there, but we're going to drop down. Okay, we're going to drop down a little bit. So let's put our glue here. And we're just going to drop down right below those gray ones and just hold that in place. And we'll try to not glue my finger to it. Okay, and then we're going to do that all the way around. And then we're also going to take them. Let's just go ahead and glue this one down while we're here. And then we're going to put a layer right there going down that way. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around, just like we did on these rows, and I'll be back. Here in the middle, we now have this row of red. And now we're going to put on a row of gray, and then that'll be it. We'll just do our center and then add a bow. But that's okay. Hang tight, and I'm going to show you how to do the center. Now for the center, you can pretty much use whatever you want. You can use some cording. You can use a piece of ribbon. You can use whatever you like. But I'm going to show you something really pretty that I grabbed at Joann's a while ago that I think is going to fit with the winter theme pretty well. I thought it would be a cute idea. So see how I'm doing that? I'm just gluing this on at the same level as this, making sure to just stagger it to where this point is down here. See, gray, gray, red, red, gray, gray, like so. And because we're getting a few layers here, I'm actually having to hold each piece until the glue sets up. So that is what's taking so long to make this one, just holding everything in place. So anyway, I'm going to go all the way around with the gray. This is what it looks like so far, and then we'll put on the center. All right, so we have all of our ribbon put on here. Let me get that out of the way because we're not going to need that anymore. So we have on the outer side going that way, we have 2 red, 2 gray, and then pointing inwards, we have rounds 2 red, 2 gray. Now look at this. Isn't that pretty? I got this at Joann's over where they sell, you know, like the trim and the ribbon by the yard. That's where I got this. So now what I'm going to do, you see how there's a crease here where everything met in the middle? Now you don't have to cover that up if you don't want to, but I don't like it. And I thought that this would be so pretty. I thought it looks light and fluffy like snow. Now you can use greenery. Like I said, you can use some cording. You can use whatever you like. But I'm making this wreath for me, myself, and I, and this is what I want to use. So now we're just putting a little bit of glue here. And I'm just going to glue this trim all the way around. Now this glue will take just a second to set up. So we just glue it all the way around. And of course it's going to be even because we're gluing it right in the center where everything met. So let's glue it all the way around and then put on a bow. All right, I am so happy with this. This is just so pretty. I love it. It looks so much better in person, I can tell you that. I just love this. I love it, love it, love it. All right, for the bow, you have seen me make this bow a gazillion times. This is my no-tie bow, and all I did is I made 4 loops. I made them all the same length, and of course, they're all the same width. That's why this looks a little puffier than my normal bow, and I did not put tails on it, okay? That's the only difference, no tails. So for our sign, I got this at Walmart. It was $3. It was a metal staked sign, and I cut, look, I got glue on me. Oh, for heaven's sake. I got glue all over my hands. It don't matter at this point. I just cut the end of it off with a pair of wire cutters. Now, as far as the ribbon, let's look at this ribbon. Each roll of this ribbon was 25 feet. It's 2.5 inches wide, 25 feet long. I used almost 2 rolls, well, 1.5 rolls. I'm not talking about almost 2 rolls. And I know it looks like it would use a lot of ribbon because this is a huge frame, but we have this much left over. So if you want to do this on this size, then you need to get 2 rolls of each type of ribbon. Like I said, each roll was 25 feet long, but go check out Mel's. Make sure that you just pay attention to the length of the ribbon that's on the rolls that she has, and you'll be all right. So for the sign, we're going to put it, let's just try to get everything in place here because this is going to be glued down, okay? Now, I have some E6000 that I may reinforce this with, But I know where this wreath is going to go in my home, so I'm going to be using the hot glue gun. Because with all of this here, it's going to be really difficult to wire this down without crushing everything, okay? That's why I'm gluing this sign on. Like I said, you could put hot glue on the back and also some E6000 to really help it hold. And then I'm just going to glue the bow right there. So let's go ahead and get some glue on this sign. Oh, I got a little bit of dried glue hanging there. That's disgusting. All right. So now I'm just going to press that down onto the wreath like so. And I'm going to hold it in place until this glue sets up. Okay, so I've got the sign and the bow glued on. Now, once all this glue sets up, I need to go back and fluff up the bow a little bit, make it look a little bit better. And then I'm going to call this done. I'm not going to put anything else on here. It's simple, and that's the way I like it. So anyway, stay tuned after the video, and you can see a better picture. You've already seen it at the beginning, but I'll show it to you again. Anyway, if you would, please give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye!